It was Memorial Day in Washington, D.C. I stood behind the podium, looking out over a crowd that had gathered to honor our nation's bravest. My voice carried across the sea of faces as I spoke about bravery, sacrifice, and honor, the qualities that define those who serve and protect this great nation. As the ceremony began to wind down, I moved toward the group of veterans seated near the front. I shook hands, exchanged words of gratitude, and looked each man and woman in the eye. Then my attention was drawn to a man in a wheelchair. His face was marked by deep lines, lines that spoke of hardship, resilience, and sacrifice. I extended my hand. "Thank you for your service, Sam," I said. He grasped it firmly. "It's an honor, sir." "We do what we must," he replied. I crouched slightly, bringing myself level with him. "Where did you serve?" I asked. "Afghanistan," he said, his voice steady, but his eyes betrayed a glint of pain. "Lost my leg there after a roadside ambush." "Lucky to be alive." I frowned, leaning in closer. "What happened?" Sam's voice lowered, but his words carried a weight that struck me deeply. "It was 2012. Our convoy was delivering supplies to a remote base when we hit an eyed. Shrapnel took out my leg and almost ended my squad. But we made it out. Every day since, I've been grateful for the ones who didn't leave me behind." His words stayed with me. There was a humility in the way he spoke about his service, a quiet courage that contrasted sharply with the noise and spectacle of the event. The applause around us seemed distant as I stood there, thinking about what he had endured. As the ceremony concluded, I turned to one of my aides. "Find out everything you can about that man," I instructed, nodding toward Sam. I didn't know exactly what I was going to do, but I knew I couldn't let his story end with a handshake and a simple thank you. Later that evening, I sat in my office, staring at a blank notepad. Sam's story replayed in my mind like a movie. "A man like that deserves more than a thank you," I muttered to myself. My phone buzzed, and it was my aide. "Sir, I've got some information on Sam Grayson," he said. "He lives in a small town in Virginia and runs a community center for veterans and their families. The place is struggling financially, but he's kept it running out of his own pocket. The locals call him a hero, but he'd never call himself that. A community center?" I asked. My interest piqued. "What kind of work does he do there?" "Everything from counseling to job training. He's even organized therapy sessions for veterans dealing with PTSD," the aide replied. My mind was made up. "Schedule a meeting with the team," I said. "We're going to help him big time." The next day, I gathered my advisors in a conference room. "We're going to transform Sam's community center," I announced. "State-of-the-art facilities, job resources, everything. I want the best architects and planners on this, and I want it done fast." One of my advisors hesitated. "Sir, that's a big undertaking. It'll require substantial funding and coordination." I didn't hesitate. "Then we'll make it happen. I'll cover the costs." This isn't about politics, it's about doing what's right. Within days, the project was underway. We contacted contractors, secured permits, and reached out to local veterans for input. The buzz around the initiative grew, but I made it clear to everyone, this is for Sam, not for headlines. As the weeks passed, I visited the site frequently, ensuring every detail was perfect. Therapy rooms, a fitness center, and a high-tech job training lab were added. The old, worn-out building was becoming something extraordinary. One crisp autumn morning, Sam received a call. "Mr. Grayson, we'd like you to come to the community center this afternoon," the voice on the other end said. "There's something you need to see." When Sam arrived, a crowd had gathered outside the building. Bright banners hung above the entrance, and a massive American flag draped the front wall. I stood at the center, waiting for him. "What's going on?" Sam asked, confusion in his voice. I stepped forward, a rare warmth in my expression. "Sam, you've spent your life serving others. It's time someone did something for you." I gestured toward the building. "Welcome to the new Grayson Veterans Center." Sam's eyes widened as I led him inside. Room by room, he saw the transformation: the counseling offices, the training facilities, the recreational spaces. Every detail spoke of thoughtfulness and care. "I don't know what to say," he murmured, his voice breaking. I placed a hand on his shoulder. "Just keep doing what you've been doing. This is your legacy, Sam. You've earned it." The crowd erupted into applause as Sam's story was shared. Tears streamed down his face as he greeted veterans and their families. Now, with a renewed sense of hope and purpose, as the sun set, casting a golden glow over the new Grayson Veterans Center, I stood back and watched Sam. He rolled through the building, greeting people with a smile that radiated gratitude. It wasn't just a day of celebration. It was a testament to the power of honoring those who give everything for others. For Sam, the center was more than a building. It was a symbol of resilience, hope, and a second chance. And for me, it was a reminder that true leadership lies in lifting others up. And this brings us to the end of the story. Thank you for watching till the end. If you enjoyed this story, don't hesitate to like the video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel for more inspiring tales. See you next time.